This next lady, I am so thrilled that she is on. You have no idea. Again, it was somebody that was recommended to me offhand, and I started doing some research, and I was like, oh my God. And I was afraid that we would never be able to find a sponsor for her. Ruth Ellis was really just an awesome, awesome figure. They don't make activists like Ruth Ellis anymore, and we're just so thrilled that she's here. I want to bring on Jeremy Hackney from Fifth Third Bank, who is sponsoring the Ellis plaque this year, to say a few words about their commitment to this project. They've not only sponsored 2 plaques, they are also the primary sponsor of the Legacy Project Education Initiative for the 2013-2014 school year. So, without further ado, Jeremy Hackney.
Hi, everybody. On behalf of Fifth Third Bank, we are so excited to be a part of the Legacy Project for a second year in a row. At Fifth Third Bank, education is extremely important to us, and extremely important to us when we're reaching out to the community. And when Victor approached us about the opportunity to be a part of the Legacy Project for the first year, of course, we signed on immediately, and we plan to be here to support the Legacy Project for years to come. So thank you very much, and thank you to Victor, and I'll turn it back over to him.
That's great. I'd like to introduce to you a really wonderful, wonderful woman. Where are you, Kim?
Right in front of you.
Hide from me in plain sight. Kim Hunt is the executive director of Affinity, which is the premier social service organization for African American LGBT people. And she's here to say a few words about Ruth. She and I are both madly in love with this woman. And she's here also to represent some folks in the Ruth Ellis Center from Detroit. She'll talk about that.
Jerry Peterson, who's executive director of the Ruth Ellis Center, LGBT Youth Center in Detroit, had planned to be here today along with a couple of young people. Shortly after they were getting ready to get in the car to get here, he got a phone call saying that one of the youth from his program had been shot and killed this morning. So they weren't able to make it. The Ruth Ellis Center is a beautiful space in Detroit. I think the largest LGBTQ youth center in the country, in the Midwest at least. And they were so happy to know that Ruth Ellis was going to be honored on the Legacy Walk today. And we were so happy. Victor and I have had many sidebar conversations about how to get this plaque here. And I'm so happy that it's happened, so thank you, Fifth Third Bank. Affinity is just a lover of Ruth Ellis. One of our constituents, Yvonne Welpon, did a documentary some time ago about Ruth Ellis that is tremendous, and if you haven't seen it, you should. It's ironic that Ruth lived to be over 100 years old. We should all be so lucky, right? And she has this wonderful youth center named after her, so that all the things that she was able to do in her life, the hope is that the young people that go through that center can do the same things and more. So thank you, Legacy Walk, thank you, Victor, thank you, Fifth Third Bank, for making this happen.
Who is our reader? Flag people to the front, flag people.
I thought you were saying black people.
No, I was not. This is Amy from Lions Township. Take it away, Amy.
Yay, Amy!
Ruth Ellis, businesswoman and senior lesbian activist. Ruth Ellis was born in Springfield, Illinois to parents who were conceived in the last years of slavery. Her life spanned through moments of great turmoil and upheaval, from the Springfield riot of 1908 to the Detroit riots of 1967. An endless backdrop of conflict from which Ellis managed to extract an exuberance for life that was incandescent. She came out as a lesbian at the age of 16 and earned a high school diploma at a time when fewer than 7% of African Americans graduated from secondary school. In 1936, she met her partner of 34 years, Cicelyne Babe Franklin, with whom she moved to Detroit, Michigan in 1937. Ellis became the first African American businesswoman to own an offset printing business in that city. Her success as an entrepreneur from 1946 to 1971 inspired the couple to turn the home they shared into the Gay Spot, where young gays and lesbians could congregate and enjoy a welcoming nightclub atmosphere decades before the civil rights movement and the Stonewall riot would begin to alter their outlook and options. Ellis became a fierce advocate for African Americans, senior citizens, and the gay and lesbian communities. She offered assistance to lesbians of color researching their history and their roots. She proposed a variation on Big Brothers Big Sisters, where younger gays and lesbians would be matched as social companions with gay and lesbian seniors, according to similar interests. And the Ruth Ellis Center, founded in 1999, continues to provide shelter and aid for LGBTQ youth in Detroit. Her extraordinary life was chronicled in the acclaimed documentary, Living with Pride, Ruth Ellis at 100, and the city of Detroit recognizes her contributions every February during Black History Month by celebrating Ruth Ellis Day. She died in her sleep at her home on October 5th, 2000, at the age of 101.
We welcome Ruth Ellis to the Legacy Walk.